Hey guys, how are you? Once again, this is Mr. Ngosi. I want us to talk about PSSD into drawing, which others they normally, in fact, it's an abbreviation, is planting and structural steel drawing into. So I want us to learn or practice figure 3. So which is the square to a bit of a shape of a square to round, in fact. So I want us to practice how do we draw the development, in fact, because the development is the one that it's actually giving a student problems. So let's learn and see how is it gonna come out. So figure 3 shows, in fact it's question 2. It says figure 3 shows the front view and the top view of a what? Of a transition piece. So draw the given views, but I want us to concentrate there in what? In 2.3, which it says draw the development of the plate for the transition piece. You see, is paying how much? 17 marks. Is the one that it has got a lot of marks. So let's see how do we develop a transition piece which is in a shape of like that. So we are given where they are cutting it. There is our ZZ, which means that's where they are cutting it. So the question said draw the development of this one where they are cutting it. So please let's go together. I hope you have drew the please draw the given view. If you haven't drew it, please pause the video and draw the given view so that you'll be going step by step. So myself, I've drew this given view. I'm using an A4 drawing sheet. I hope it's gonna fit. So the question said use a scale of 1:1 and draw the full development of this. So it's the total is 25 marks. So it's not yet complete. So let's complete because we have to draw this top view the way as it is, and we have to draw this front view the way as we can see it. Okay. So how do we draw these lines? So we've got this circle which is diameter 20, and then we've also got this arc which is arc 17 millimeters. So 17 millimeters, then from here till there was 56 millimeters, and then from here till there is 62 millimeter, and then the height is 42 millimeter. These are dimensions that we are given. So the very first thing that you have to do in order to get these lines, you have to what? You have to divide your circle into 12 equal parts. So this is going to be my 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, back to 0. How together? Then this is an arc, arc of radius what? Radius 17. So how do we draw an arc? What is a radius? Radius, in fact, is a measurement from a diameter. So that is why we had to we have to pretend as if we are drawing a full circle, do you see? And then so that you will be able to divide that circle into 12 equal parts as well. But the part that we are looking for is going to be just this and that, only 1, 2, because this one is going to be at the center of that. Even this one is going to be at the center. Let's check how. How do you divide our circle into 12 equal parts? Well, even two methods. You can use your drawing compass. You can also use a 30 and a 60 degrees set square. like this. This one is what we don't need, but we need this one. Like this. So now you take them down like this, but now you'll be just marking, isn't it? You mark there and also you mark here. So let's number our work, because the moment we number this, it's going to be very simple for us. So let's say this is my A, this is my B, then this is my C, this is my D, this is my E, and this is my what? Is my F. Then once we are there, let's then join the zero with the what? With the point E. And then join point 0 with point F. We are drawing these lines the way we see them. Let me try to put my light over this side. I don't know whether you people will be able to see my faint lines. And then now we join point 1 with the first unknown point, like this. Then we join point 2 with the second unknown, like this. Then we join point 3 with a point D, like this. Then even this side you join point 11 with the bottom unknown. Then you join point 10 with your second unknown. You join point A with the what? With the point what? 9. Then the way as you can see it, isn't it? So we join point 9 with what? With point B. And then point 8 with point D. Then point what? Point 7 with point D. Then even here on top, point 3 with point C. Then point what? Point 4 with point C. Then point 5 with point C. Okay, let's go then. So now what do we have to do? We have to get the true length. We have to get the true length. Remember that here, this one is going to be like this, but it's not going to help us. But it has to be there. Okay, remember, so which means this one, okay, remember, we have to develop. So our very first step that we have to do is to get the true length. How? Place your compass here, further extended to point C. This is orthographic projection. Here we go, stop like there, like there. And then from there, you take this line vertically up. Once it touches the bottom part of the line of your bottom part of your front view, you stop there. And then, okay, let's go. This is an A4 drawing sheet, so I will squeeze, I will try to force my lines that they work. So this true development, I'm also allowed to take it from here till there, so that I'll be having enough space for my what? For my development. So this is my R, so it's still one and the same thing, even if I'm taking it from here till there. It's gonna be one and the same thing. Remember why I'm doing this. I want to have enough space of my development this this side. Okay, so that one is my R, stand for the reference of all these lengths that I'll be getting. So we are told that this is your Z and Z, which means there on top your Z is there at point what? At point C. Let's start then. That's where we have to start. So it's gonna be out. It's gonna be up to you whether you be deciding to start from point C. In fact, that's where you have to start, isn't it? So it's gonna be out up to whether you'll be going anti-clockwise or clockwise with your numbering system. So let's go anti-clockwise. Even if we can still go clockwise, it's still one and the same thing. Okay, let's start. I decide to start where? Here. So I'll be saying this is point Z. So now we are starting to develop then. Now we are starting to develop. So this is point Z. I must get point Z. Okay, from there till there is from there till there is still a same from here till there, isn't it? So that one I'll decide to call it point M. So I must place my compass from C to 6, which is Z, isn't it? So I decide to go anti-clockwise. So from C to 6. So it says, in fact, it says whenever we are dealing with the bottom part point, which are here, we'll be taking them exactly from this bottom part, then we put them in our development. But then when we're dealing with a bottom point, from bottom point till the upper point, that's why we have to convert them to what? To a true development. But again, when we're dealing with the point which are just from point to point, but they are just up there, we would be taking them, would be recording them exactly as they are. We take them and we put them in our development. But again, when we move from the upper to the bottom, that's why we have to what? We have to convert them to what? To the true length. How? Like this. Double check. I want to move from C to C is my bottom part, because this C is good as if it's there. I want to move from C to what? To 6. From C to 6. Remember, C to 6 is still the same thing as what? As B to 6. So the distance of C and 6, remember this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, isn't it? So that is the 6 that I'm talking about. So 6 to C is still equal to what? B to 6. So let's take a point. Do you see that I'm moving from the bottom to up? So which means even if it's like that, remember we said we have to convert it. So it won't be converted because it is at the same point. So which means I'll be taking it the way as it is from my what? My true length, which is that height. It's this one. So I come, I put it, I strike an arc. I hope my camera is visible, especially in terms of drawing the faint lines. I strike an arc there. Then from here, I have to move from the bottom Z to what? To C. Remember, this is the upper Z, which is somewhere there along this arc. So how I'm going to do that? I have to remember, we said whenever we're dealing with the points which are at the same level, we don't convert them to our development. So I'll be just taking them like this. This is bottom Z, which is that one, to what? To point C, which means I'll come there at my bottom Z and strike an arc here, which means then without fear or favor, I can draw dark from here till there. So which means this one is my what? It's my C. Double check. The starting point is very important. That's why most of the students, they are lacking. They cannot be able to start a drawing. They don't know on how to start a drawing. So please double check, learn. So ZC is this Z6. I can even call it 6Z, but that 6 then it will be revealed up there, isn't it? So now how do we have to go? How do we have to go? I want to move from C to what? To 6. C to 6 is still one and the same thing. C to 6. Place my compass like this, but now I'll be converting it to what? To my true length. I place it at R, then I mark there. Then this is my 6C. After I've marked there, I have to take it to my M point up there like this. So which means the true distance of point C to 6 is this one. Now I record it like this. Further extended to what? To my M. Like that. Then I come, I put it at C. I bisect that arc of mine. Let's double check. Is it at you see, it's correct. Which means even if you can start by drawing the vertical line, it's going to be one and the same thing. So there is my point. What? Point 6. So which means now I can join Z and what? And 6 and C and 6. Okay, let's go. Now, I must mind my work. So now what do? We have to go to what? Remember, we decided to go anti-clockwise. So we'll be going like this. So we'll be going to what? To 0.5. 0.5 will be taking it exactly as it is. Remember, they're at the same level. So we don't have to convert them to what? To your true length. We'll be taking it like this. 6 to 5. This is it. Then now I come, I placing it here. Striking arc somewhere. Then from here, what do? I want a 5 somewhere here. So which means I have to what? I have to. Okay, we are looking for a 0.5. So the 0.5 has to be somewhere within this arc, isn't it? So how do I have to get it? I have to place my compass at point C, further extended to 0.5, which is the one that I'm looking for. So 0.5 to C, which is this one. Then now I have to convert it, isn't it? Because I'm moving from the bottom to up. So I place it at what? At R. I strike. I mark somewhere there. So which means this is what? This is 0.5. 5 what? 5C. Isn't it? So I have to what? I have to join. Take it to what? To point M. This is very important. There are marks for this. You don't have to just neglect it. We are answering the question. We are showing how did we come up here. So that is why we have to even number our work. So now the true distance of 5C is this one. Place it there. Further extended to what? To point M. It's this one. So now we'll be coming to place it at C. So to what? To bisect that arc of yours. So there is your 0.5. So you have to what? You have to join 0.5 and point C. So then we have to go to what? You have to go to 0.4. How do we get 0.4? Remember, this is a 12 equal part, which means from 0 to 1 is equal to what? From 1 to 2. From 2 to 3 is still equal to 3 to 4. Because it's divided equally. So which means there is no need for me to come back here. So now I'll be just placing it, continuing from there. So I have to what? I have to just place it at 0.5, further extended to 6. Like this. Then I draw a faint arc, a cycle in fact. Like this. So I'm looking for a 0.5 4 somewhere there. Point 4 somewhere there. So I have to what? I have to place my compass at 4, further extended to point C. Then without shifting my compass, I come and place it at R. I strike an arc. I mark there. So this is for what? For C. Then after that, I have to what? I have to take it to M like this. Then from there, what is happening? These are true lengths. You place it at 4, further extended to M. Once you're there, you come, you place it at C, you mark along your arc there. So this is my point what? Point 4. So you join it to what? To point C. You see? So what you see here is what you have to see it even here. Double check. 3, 4, 5, 6. They're all directed to what? To point C. So this is what it must happen even here. So let's take the last point, which is point 3. But remember, we must get the arc first. So which means now I'll be placing it at point 4, further extended to point 5. Like this. Faint. Like this. And then now I'm looking for what? Point 3, isn't it? I place it at C. Like this. Further extended to what? To point 3. The one which I'm looking for. There it is. Then now, convert it. It's still the same in the arc of 4C, which means it's 3C is still sharing the same point with what? With 4C. So now, which means even here, I'll be just, because they are at the same point, isn't it? So which means the distance of C4 is equal to the distance of C3, which means even here, I'll be just placing my compass, because this distance that equal, isn't it? So which means I'll just do like this. Remember, we try by all means to save time. This is it. I come and then I mark along there. So which means this is my what? It's my point 3. You join. You direct it to what? To C. Like this. Then learn. What is happening now? Do you see ukuthi 4 is no longer directed, 2 is no longer directed to C. It's directed to the first unknown of your point. But now let's get 3 to D. This is my 3, which is 3C. Let's get 3 to D. How? We have to get D first. So remember, the bottom part, we don't convert them to the what? To the true length. We are just recording them right from your top view and to your development. And then there is your C to what? To D. Like this. Then now you come, you place it at C, you strike an arc somewhere there. I don't know whether you can see my arc. And then from there, we have to get the true distance of D to 3. So which means then, remember, every time when we go from the bottom to upper one, which is the bottom, these ones, and then these points to the upper one, we convert them to the what? To the true length. So we're looking for point 3 and D. This is 3D. Then we have to what? Convert it. You mark there. So this is 3D. Then you take it. Like this, you take it to your point M. Then now, which means the true distance is this one. Till M. Then from there, you come, you place it where? Remember, we are having C3. We are looking for point. And how did you got this arc? You place your compass at C, further extended to D, you strike that arc. Now, which means to bisect this arc, we have to place it where? At 3. Bisect. So, which means there was no need to for me to even come here. Where they're bisecting each other is your point D. So now you have to what? Join point D, which is the new point, to point C. And you join point 3 to D. Like this. Let's go there. Learn something. And then now we're having 6, 5, 4, 3, which means you must get what? 2 somewhere there. How do you have to get it? And then you place your compass like this at point 3, further extended to what? Point 4. You draw that small diameter of yours. So which means we must get point 2 somewhere there. So how then? We're having a D. Does point 2 goes to D? According to our given view, we don't have a line which is behaving like that, but we must have an imaginary line which is gonna go from 2 to D, like that. Imaginary line, which means then learn something. We're looking for point 2, so we'll be using a D with the what? With the 3, isn't it? So we've drew that small hole or arc, diameter. So which means now we'll be placing a point. You'll be placing your compass at point D, further extended to what? To point 2, which is the one that we're looking for. Then from there you come, you place it where? At point R. Then you mark there, which means this is point D to D. So please learn. That's why people, most of the people, they are getting confused here. So now you join it, take it to your point M. Then from there, place it at 2 at that. Then further extend it to what? To point M. Now you come, you place it at D. Strike your arc. Okay, remember that we've gotten that arc, which means you strike on arc there. There is your point 2. Remember 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, isn't it? But we won't be drawing. We won't be joining 2 to D because it's an imaginary line, so we don't have to show it. But you can show them here. Here on your what? On your top view, but not in your development. Okay, then how do we have to get that first unknown? Remember, this is DE. So between DE, we've got 2 unknowns point. You can name them, it's fine. But then how do you have to get it? You place your compass at point D, like this, further extend it to your first unknown, which is this one. Then from there, you come to a development. To a development, you draw a faint circle. Like this. And then after you drew it like that, remember then we're having point 2, isn't it? Which is that one. Now you take point 2 like this, you open, you place your compass at point 2 in your top view, further extend it to that point of your unknown, the one that you are looking for now. Then from there, you take it to your development, to your true length. So that one is your 2 with unknown. So remember, it has to be taken to your point M. Like this. Then from there, place it there, further extend it to your point M. Then now you go to your development. Without shifting your compass, now you'll be placing it at point what? At point 2. And strike an arc there. So which means there where they are bisecting each other is your point what? Is your first unknown, which is that one. So now you'll be joining point 2 with your first unknown. Like this. Then let's go. Then let's get point what? Point 1. How? You place your compass there, then further extend it to 3. Draw a cycle like this, faint. And then now again here on the bottom part we will be looking for the second unknown. But now let's get what? Point 1 up there. So we'll be using an imaginary line which is gonna be drawn from your first unknown to point 1. Like this. Like that. Then you place, because you are looking for point 1, isn't it? You and the first unknown we already have it in our development is that one. So you place it in your first unknown, further extend it to the point that you are looking for, which is point 1. Then from there you convert it to your true length. Then you mark there. Then after you've marked, you place your compass there. There at your mark, further extend it to point M. Even here at point M, you must have 1 point, not so many points. Then from there, without shifting your compass, you come, you place it here at your first unknown now. Then you mark there along that a small cycle of yours. So this is gonna be what? Point 1. Do you see? And then now won't be drawing that imaginary line, isn't it? So we must get to the what? The second unknown. Remember, it's the first unknown, second unknown, and then point E. So how do we get that one? You place your compass at your first unknown at your development, further extend it to D at your development. Like this. Then you also draw a small cycle like that. Then from there, because we are having point 1, isn't it? So now we are looking at the second unknown. You go to your development, to your top view. Then you place your compass at point 1, further extended to your second unknown. Isn't it? You are looking for that one. So from there, you convert it to what? To your true length. You place it at R there, then you mark. Is the last one. Remember, neatness count. It has got marks as well. It's the last arc, isn't it? Is the last one. So from there, you place it there, then further extend it to what? To point what? Point M, like that, like this. Then from there, now you go to your development without shifting your compass. You place it at 1, isn't it? So you mark. So it's very important to number your work so that you know which line are you dealing with, which point are you dealing with, which one is which there. So you'll understand it. So it's very important. And numbering system, it doesn't matter. You can even number it according to your surname, alphabetical, or according to your girlfriend's name, if you've got one. So you join 1 with your second dark, like this. Do you see now? We've got D first and the second unknowns in E, which is D first and the second unknown. Then we have to get an E there. So E is corresponding with what? With 0. So this is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We have to 1, and we have to get what? The 0 point there. So this 0, remember here, how do we do? We do like this every time. further extended to 2, faint, and then we are looking for a point 0. So the point 0 will be given by what? By an imaginary line from your second unknown of the upper part, isn't it? 2.0, which would be there, which should be like this. You see? And then now we're looking for point 0, which means, and the second unknown, we do have it. Place your compass at your second unknown from your top view, further extended to the point that you're looking for, which is point 0. There it is. Then from there, you take it to what? To your true length. Then you mark there. Then after you've marked is the last. After you've marked, you place it at your mark. Then further extend it to point M. Then after shifting your compass, you place it at your unknown point, which is your second. Then you mark along there, which will be giving you a what? Your point 0. This is 0. But remember, we won't be showing it, isn't it? So which means we must get what? Point E now. And this distance is still the same, which means you place your compass at what? At your second unknown, further extended to your first unknown, like this. Then here we go. Faint like this. And then now we're looking for point what? Point E, isn't it? So which means and 0 we're already having it, which means in at our top view you place it at 0, further extended to the point that you're looking for, which is point E. Then now convert it to your true length. So it's like they're on top of each other. Please be accurate here, because once you miss up here, which means your development won't be coming all right. So it's there. It's on top of that one, which means I have to place it there. Then now further extend to what? To point M. Then now I come to my development. I'll be placing, because remember I do have a 0. I'm looking for point what? Point E. So I'll be placing it at 0 and mark there, which means this one is my point what? It's my point E. So these ones I can what? I can join them. Sorry, it's ending here. I'm spoiling my work. Okay, let's go then. How do we go? And then we have to go get what? Point 11. Remember, we have to go up until point 6 where we started, because the question say draw a full development. They didn't say draw a half development. In the next video, we'll be learning how do we draw a half development. Okay, let's go. And then now we're looking for point 11. So you place your compass at point 0, further extended to point 1. Remember, every time when we're dealing with equal measurement, you don't have to hesitate. And then we're looking for point what? Point F. Sorry, point 11. And the point 11 is okay, we're having point E and 0, which is E and 0. We have to get what? Point F. And the point F is in the same line, is sharing, is still connected to what? To the same point 0, which is that one. Which means we have to, and the distance of E to 0 is also equal to the distance of F to 0, which means we have to get point F somewhere there. And how do we get that? Remember, you'll be placing your compass down there, further extended to F. So this one, you don't have to convert it, because it's a bottom point, which means they're still somewhere there. They're not going up, which means I would be what? Taking it the way as it is. I strike an arc there. And the fact that I understand that 0 and F are equal, so which means I don't have to go back there. I'm saving time, isn't it? So which means I'll be just placing my compass here at 0, further extended to E, and bisect that arc, which means then it's gonna be straight line like this. And to 0. So this one is my point what? F. As much as you can see it is in your top view that it's formed like a triangle. So this is what is a triangle, something like that. Remember, when we are joining, we'll be joining it freehand like this. Or you can use a flex curve. Even here at your top part, it would be a freehand like this, or you can use your flexi curve. But remember, it's not yet complete. So let's complete it. And then now we've gotten what? F. And then we've gotten 0. Let's go to 11. And 11 is the what? 11 is going to be somewhere there. So we will be using point F, an imaginary line of point, imaginary line from F to the particular point that we are looking for, which is point 11. So there it goes. Then from here, you convert it. Then from here, you take it to your M. Then from here, you come, you place it at F, then you mark there. So which means it's 0, 11. Remember that the 12 is in the same line with 0, isn't it? So now, but we won't be joining point 11 with F, because in our top view, it's not joined. So it's an imaginary line. So how do we have to get point, the first unknown at your bottom part? Remember, this one is corresponding with this. Remember, this one is also corresponding with that. So we do the same procedure. Come, you record that, okay, this was the radius, isn't it? So now you come, place it at F, you continue with your... So which means this part, we must get something which is like this, which is this one now. That one is this one. Because this is this one, this is that one. So this one is this one. So now we're here. So now we're looking for 11 and the first unknown of your bottom part. Place it at point 11. Further extend it to your first unknown of your bottom part in your top view. Then from there you convert it to your true length. It's still there. Do you see? So which means why is there? Because they are equal, isn't it? You place it there. Further extend it to M. Then from here, you come, you place it at 11, you mark. So which means this one, it will be joined like this. Like this. And then from there, we now we have to get what? Point 10. How? You place your compass here. Further extend it to 0. Remember, it's the same procedure, so it won't change. Like this. So we'll be using the imaginary line, which is will be starting from here. The second unknown of your bottom part to what? To the point that you are looking for, which is point 10. This is 0, 11, 10. We have to get 10 there. So we don't guess, we don't pretend, we don't cheat. So we have to take it like this. To 10, there it is. Then from there, you convert it to 10. There it is. Double check the second we're looking for, and then there it is. Then from there, you place it There, where you have just marked at your mark, further extended to point M. Then now you come, you place it, remember we're looking for point 11. You place it here. Then, so point 10, which means your 10 is there. But we won't be joining it, isn't it? So you place your compass here, further extended to point F. Like this. Here we go. Then now you place your compass at point 10, further extended to your second unknown point of your bottom at your top view.